This is video from the International Space Station of Hurricane Hilary heading towards Southern California. Good evening and thank you so much for joining us tonight at 11 o'clock. I'm Sasha Loftus. As you can see, the satellite shows a huge whirlpool of rain bands around a tight eye. That's a sign of a powerful storm. Now we're continuing to track the heavy rain and flooding. Mary Jane, what conditions can we expect here in Southern Nevada as that storm inches closer?
Right now, we pretty much are setting up the stage for what's happening tomorrow. We already had a good amount of moderate to light to even some heavier showers earlier into the afternoon, and that trend has continued even in the overnight hours when the sun went down. We continue to pretty much see all of that rain pretty much throughout the valley. Temperatures still much cooler than expected, especially with those 60s in play. Humidity and dew point up already as well. Here's a quick look at the radar. We had the afternoon showers really start off into the southwest portion of the valley, stretching from Enterprise all the way to Whitney and in Henderson before really taking over and blanketing into the central portions of Las Vegas, all the way up to North Las Vegas and into Summerlin. So that trend continues even into the early morning hours all the way up until tomorrow afternoon, where we're likely going to see the same scenario. We're looking at rounds of showers here. So by the time it moves into the afternoon, we are looking at the risk of flash flooding in your forecast. And even after this storm moves out, we're still looking at plenty of water vapor and moisture holding throughout the next couple of days. So we could still see more chances for even some pop-up thunderstorms over Tuesday and Wednesday. And as always, with the weather expected this weekend, we're looking for your pictures and video. If you can safely capture images on your phone, share them with us at pics@8newsnow.com. Video works best if it's shot horizontally for about 15 seconds.
Now, as we continue to track Hurricane Hilary, we are expecting that heavy rain and strong winds, as Mary Jane mentioned, but the storm is already impacting travel. Taking a live look at Harry Reid International now, at last check, there were about 180 delays, 81 cancellations today. Tomorrow, there could be up to 270 planned cancellations. This all according to FlightAware. Now, this, of course, could change, so be sure to check your flight status before you head out the door. For those spending the weekend here locally, the American Red Cross of Southern Nevada has got you covered in case of an emergency. 8 News Now reporter Madison Kimbrough spoke to an official along with those in the community who shared their plans as we get ready to endure this extreme weather. Madison.
Yeah, that's right, Sasha. As you can see, the rain is coming down. I have my umbrella out the first time today. People are really bracing for the impact of Hurricane Hilary, stocking up, getting the goods, the essentials they need. Take a listen.
To have this come up with the weather and being prepared for this, I'm not prepared. And this is scary.
Sylvia Atuna spending time with her grandson after his baseball game was canceled due to Hurricane Hilary.
It's kind of, frustrating and kind of upsetting because I know they're looking forward to playing all these games. I've been here for a long time and we've never, ever had this kind of weather.
Many across the valley making sure to get the essentials, with storms expected to cause flash flooding and major delays on the roadways. Clark County officials advising the public to prepare.
It is kind of scary. But just have to be careful, and yeah, it's probably best idea to stock up a little bit. You don't want to be out there driving in certain conditions if it's really rainy and windy.
Rachel Flanagan with the American Red Cross of Southern Nevada says these floodwaters can rise in minutes, and that's why having a preparedness kit with you is key.
6 inches of water will sweep away a person, and 12 inches can sweep away a lot of vehicles. Having some non-perishable food items in there, some canned foods. We encourage you to have an AM/FM radio so that you can get those radio signals for updates. Just different things. Bottled water is a biggie.
Flanagan also stating that if there is a need to evacuate, people across the valley will have a place to go. That includes those in other areas of Southern Nevada, including Pahrump and Moapa. And the best way to find shelter is to download the American Red Cross app. You're looking at it right now. It's a map of all the shelters in the area. There should be an updated list tomorrow as you're searching through here. Reporting live, Madison Kimbrough, 8 News Now.
New at 11, NV Energy warning customers to be ready for storms. Crews are on standby to respond to any power outages. The company is telling people to prepare a waterproof outage kit with emergency items like flashlights, batteries, and a first aid kit. You are also urged to list your cell phone number with NV Energy and sign up for outage alerts. The federal government urging everyone in Clark County to be prepared for the heavy rain and flooding that is set to come with Hurricane Hilary. 8 News Now reporter Joshua Peguero has the latest from a FEMA official.
Our concerns are wide-ranging, right? There's a lot of different things that may happen from flood impacts, from power outages.
FEMA officials say you should have a plan for these severe storms that includes stocking up on water, non-perishable food items, and any medicine you may need.
When we talk about storms like this, it's not just going to be a whole of government approach. It's going to take a whole of community approach.
The federal agency was adamant that Hilary won't cause them to move any resources away from Maui to California or Nevada. This summer, the Southwest has been battered with extreme heat, wildfires, and now, most likely, flooding.
In the event of flash flooding, that people do not drive through or pass through roads. Please turn around, don't drown.
On Friday, the Clark County Regional Flood Control District expressed concern for the homeless population.
And they need to get out of the storm drains so they don't get caught off guard. I know they've been posting warnings at different locations, but there's a lot of storm drain to cover. It's hard to find, everyone everywhere.
There are groups out there warning those living in the storm drains, including Vegas Stronger.
It's someone's son or daughter, it's someone's mom or dad, and they absolutely deserve our compassion.
Now, there have been 24 deaths in Clark County as a result of flash floods since 1990. That's why officials are asking that, again, you avoid driving through any flooded area. It does not take much water to wash your car away. Now, with that being said, it is important to know how to be safe during flash floods. There are some safety tips to keep in mind, according to the Regional Flood Control District. Never again drive through a flooded roadway or around barricades. We can't say it enough. The roads underneath may be damaged and impassable. Driving around barricades is also against the law. If you get caught in a major storm while driving, consider pulling over to a spot higher than the street and wait that storm out. Remember the phrase, as he mentioned there, turn around, don't drown. Lastly, don't play in the water during the rain. It's not safe for a variety of reasons, including the speed of the water and what it's carrying. A lot of times garbage, fertilizer, oil, and even rocks. CCSD has tweeted out that it's monitoring the storm. As of right now, classes are to continue as normal on Monday. But CCSD says it will monitor if the storm will impact schools. The district will communicate online and directly to parents if plans change. 100 National Guardsmen are heading here to southern Nevada in preparation for potential flooding. Governor Joe Lombardo saying, quote, as the state takes the necessary steps to prepare for flooding and severe weather, I strongly urge all Nevadans to do the same. Nevada's Division of Emergency Management says to update your emergency kits with food and necessities for everyone in your household. You should also have emergency charging options in case a power outage happens. And to help prepare for the storm, sandbags can help divert water if your yard is prone to flooding. This weekend, the city of Las Vegas is handing out free sandbags. City officials say crews will be working to stock sand and fill the bags at multiple locations.
My biggest worry is we're not prepared if something bad happens and we get, damage to our home. Right. So I said, let's just see what it's about and see if we could get some sandbags.
There are 2 pickup locations. The first is near Buffalo and Cheyenne. The second near Bonanza and Mojave. If you can, bring a shovel to help fill the bags. And in the meantime, the city of Henderson also handing out sandbags. Officials tell us that more than 2,000 were provided today. More are expected to be available tomorrow. If you're in need, you can stop by the Heritage Park Senior Facility or Whitney Ranch Recreation Center from 9 to noon. It's free while supplies last. And reminder, sand is not included. Moving now to the latest in Maui. The death toll from the wildfires in Maui stands at 114 tonight, and that number is expected to keep growing as search crews comb through that devastation. More than 1,000 people are still missing. For survivors, they want to make sure the town of Lahaina is rebuilt in their eyes. CBS's Jordan Segundo is there tonight with details.
Residents of Lahaina are worried they'll be left behind as their town gets rebuilt.
We're still grieving. We need that time to find closure before we look at where do we go from here.
Responding to those concerns, Governor Josh Green promised the community will not be lost.
Lahaina belongs to its people, and we are committed to rebuilding and restoring it the way they want it.
Hawaii's First Lady fought back tears as she remembered the historic town.
Over 2 centuries, with their aloha, their dedication, and their hard work, the people of Lahaina built their town into a special place.
But today the focus is not on the rebuild process, but instead on helping the people who lost everything.
Weary and tired.
State Representative Ellie Cochran represents West Maui. She says the government's response has been poor, but local residents have been stepping up despite the circumstances.
Been delivering all this stuff here as the hub for this community that's still intact. So gotta be grateful for our lives.
There are 1,000 federal workers on Maui, 350 of them dedicated to search and recovery. While officials estimate 1,000 people are still unaccounted for, the exact number is unclear.
Frankly, we don't know. People have thrown numbers around. People have thrown cellular data stuff around.
The cause of the fire is under investigation. Officials are looking into if power lines may have started it. Jordan Segundo, CBS News, Lahaina, Maui.
President Biden and First Lady Jill Biden will visit the area on Monday. Rain is in the forecast for Monday afternoon, which could make the search area very muddy. Now, in the meantime, hotels in Maui are filling up with those left without homes after those raging wildfires. Ernesto and Aragorcian Garcia joined a dozen other relatives in 2 timeshare apartments. This is at the Hyatt Regency after their homes burned down. The couple says they're thankful they would no longer be staying at shelters after fleeing from those flames.
And the manager asked them, how many are you in the family? And they said, we are 14.
We are very big. 14.
So we will gonna look for a big rooms for all of you. So that's why they gave us. And they are asking, how long are we going to stay there? Here, 9 months, they told us.
The Garcias recalled taking photos and videos of the approaching fire, but soon realized it was headed their way. By the time they got into their car, a nearby church had burned down, and the fire was just 3 homes away from theirs. Still ahead here tonight, video of a rainbow after some of the rain we've seen so far in our area. We'll have a list of closures to watch for this weekend. Mary Jane.
And as we continue to track Hurricane Hilary, we'll take a look at those impacts as we get a little bit of a better idea of the timing when all of this is supposed to hit. Stay with us here on 8 News Now. We're live, local now.